Hi, everyone. Welcome to an episode of Sourcing.Guru. I'm delighted to have Shuchita Singh, who leads the Outsourcing Center of Excellence at AbbVie, to this episode. Hi, Shuchita.
Hi, Atul.
Shuchita, let's start by telling the audience a little bit about your role today and the domain that it serves.
Sure. Like you said, I lead the Outsourcing Center of Excellence at AbbVie. Been here for about 7 years since AbbVie was spun off from Abbott. It's been an exciting journey. I started off as a governance lead, just looking at, starting up the function, setting out what governance to put around outsourcing engagements. And then from there, the journey began where what to build and how to manage the suppliers to where now today I'm talking to my stakeholders and looking at their operating model, what are they trying to do with outsourcing, how would they like to leverage outsourcing, should they leverage outsourcing or not, just doing it right. I think that's the focus that I have. I'm so proud of my team because we have an excellent, amazing, fun group to work with. So it becomes very joyous to come to work every day. And then just the stakeholders and suppliers that we work with is what I do today at AbbVie. But then going back into my career, I never thought I would be at this point. I started off as an engineer and into IT, really did a lot of, I went into development of applications and then coding and production support. And from there, I got tapped into doing process consulting, which was very interesting for me because somehow I have the knack of looking at everything from a process standpoint and then figuring out, look at the big picture, look at the process, and then build out what needs to be improved and simplified. So I enjoyed doing that for a few years. Miraculously, somebody tapped me on the shoulder and said, well, you will be a good fit to join a group called Outsourcing. This was back at Northern Trust. And honestly, I had no idea what the job would entail, what it was. And I was like, I don't know why you would hire me. So I kept saying no because I thought I was not the right fit. But I think, what had happened was there was an interaction in my previous place where I was working as a project manager and I was working with supplier that was not my own company that I was representing. And there was some issue that I had to navigate with the client, with the supplier, and kind of maintain the integrity and ethics, right? So when I did that, I think that was observed by this leader who felt she is the right fit for a job where you have to constantly interact with suppliers and be very non-biased, right? And how do you, speak truth to power, which is very important for a job like this. Somebody saw the potential in me, better than I saw it in me. And I was grateful that I was hired. I learned the job on the job. And then from there, joined AbbVie because it was the best opportunity to build the foundation and then looked at, well, now take that foundation, expand it, but also get to build a function from ground zero. That was really the call that I had with AbbVie. And since then, it's been the best journey that I've had in my career.
Well, Shuchita, I've known you since your days at Northern Trust.
Yes.
And I know your team well at AbbVie and your stakeholders. And I think you are a shining example of how you build trust with your stakeholders and at the same time motivate a team that aspires to the same set of goals and principles while delivering value to the company. Kudos to you.
Thank you so much. And yes, I've been very fortunate to have been surrounded with really smart and good people such as you. I know I've learned a lot from you and your team too. And in that journey, I think, like you said, it's so important to build that trust.
So Shuchita, let's move to the second part where I know there's a number of questions that often the audience wants me to ask.